My parents told my brother to take my house because I don't have a family. It's a situation that's difficult to comprehend. Family should be a source of support and love, but sometimes things don't go as expected. In my case, my parents have made a decision that has left me feeling hurt, confused, and lost. Growing up, I always thought that my family would be there for me no matter what. We were close-knit, spending holidays together, supporting each other through tough times, and celebrating each other's achievements. However, as we all got older, things started to change. My brother, let's call him Alex, was always the golden child in my parents' eyes. He was successful, outgoing, and everything seemed to come easy to him. I, on the other hand, struggled with anxiety and depression, which made it difficult for me to hold down a job or maintain stable relationships. Despite my challenges, I always believed that my family would stand by me. That all changed when my parents sat me down for a conversation that would turn my world upside down. They told me that they had decided to give my house to Alex. At first, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. This house was not just a piece of property to me, it was my home, a place where I felt safe and secure. When I asked why they were making this decision, their answer cut me to the core. They said that because I didn't have a family of my own, I didn't need the house as much as Alex, who had a wife and children to support. It felt like a betrayal, as if they were saying that because I didn't fit into their idea of what a successful life looked like, I didn't deserve to have a home. I tried to reason with them, explaining how much the house meant to me and how much it would hurt to lose it. But they wouldn't budge. They were convinced that they were doing the right thing, that they were helping Alex provide for his family. As the days passed, I couldn't shake the feeling of anger and resentment that consumed me. How could my own parents prioritize one child over another in such a blatant way? Didn't they understand how much their decision was hurting me? I found myself withdrawing from my family, unable to look them in the eye without feeling a surge of bitterness. I resented Alex for accepting the house without question, for not standing up for me when I needed him the most. But deep down, I knew that my anger wasn't really directed at him. It was directed at my parents, for failing to see my worth, and for valuing material possessions over their own child's happiness. In the midst of my turmoil, I began to reassess my relationship with my family. I realized that I couldn't change their decision or force them to see things from my perspective. All I could do was focus on building a life for myself, one that didn't depend on their approval or validation. It wasn't easy, but I slowly started to pick up the pieces of my shattered identity. I sought therapy to work through my feelings of inadequacy and low self-worth. I reached out to friends for support, leaning on them during moments of weakness. And most importantly, I began to redefine what family meant to me. Family, I came to realize, isn't just about blood relations or shared genetics. It's about the people who love and accept you for who you are, flaws and all. It's about the bonds you form with others, forged through shared experiences and mutual respect. With this newfound perspective, I started to rebuild my life on my own terms. I rented a small apartment, found a job that brought me fulfillment, and surrounded myself with people who uplifted me rather than tearing me down. And slowly but surely, the pain of losing my childhood home began to fade. As for my relationship with my parents, it's still a work in progress. I've come to accept that they may never fully understand or acknowledge the pain they caused me, but I refuse to let their actions define my worth or dictate my future. In the end, I've learned that true strength lies in resilience, in the ability to overcome life's challenges and emerge stronger on the other side. And while my parents may have taken my house, they can never take away my sense of self-worth or my determination to create a life that's truly my own. With time, I came to realize that holding on to resentment and bitterness towards my parents and brother only served to weigh me down. I made the conscious decision to let go of those negative emotions and focus on what I could control, my own happiness and well-being. One of the most difficult parts of this journey was coming to terms with the fact that my parents, the people who were supposed to protect and support me unconditionally, had let me down in such a profound way. It forced me to confront the reality that sometimes even those closest to us can disappoint us or act in ways that we never expected. Despite the pain and heartache I experienced, I knew that I couldn't let this experience define me. I refused to be a victim of circumstance or allow myself to wallow in self-pity. Instead, I used it as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. I threw myself into activities and hobbies that brought me joy, whether it was painting, hiking, or volunteering in my community. I focused on nurturing my mental and emotional well-being, practicing self-care and mindfulness to cultivate a sense of inner peace and contentment. Through it all, I never lost sight of the importance of forgiveness, not just for my parents, but for myself as well. Holding onto anger and resentment only served to poison my own spirit, and I knew that I deserved better than that. So I made the choice to forgive, not because what they did was okay, but because I refused to let their actions have power over me any longer. In doing so, I found a sense of liberation and freedom that I had never experienced before. I no longer felt shackled by the weight of my past or the expectations of others. Instead, I embraced the opportunity to chart my own path and create a life that was authentically mine. As time passed, I found myself becoming stronger and more resilient than I ever thought possible. The pain of losing my childhood home still lingered, but it no longer held the same power over me. I had learned to find beauty and meaning in the most unexpected places, and I was determined to create a future that was filled with love, joy, and purpose. Today, I stand tall as a testament to the power of resilience and the human spirit. I may not have a traditional family or a childhood home to call my own, but I have something far more valuable: the unwavering belief in myself and the knowledge that I am capable of overcoming whatever challenges life throws my way. In the end, my parents' decision to give my house to my brother may have been a painful reminder of their shortcomings, but it also served as a catalyst for my own personal growth and transformation. And for that, I am eternally grateful. With each passing day, I found myself embracing my newfound independence and self-reliance. I no longer relied on my parents or anyone else for validation or approval. Instead, I drew strength from within, knowing that I had the power to create a life that was uniquely my own. One of the most profound realizations I had during this journey was the importance of defining my own sense of family. While my biological family had let me down, I discovered that family can come in many forms. It's not just about blood relations, but about the deep connections we form with others who accept us for who we are. I found solace and support in the friendships I cultivated, leaning on my chosen family during times of need. These were the people who stood by me through thick and thin, offering a shoulder to cry on and a listening ear when I needed it most. They became my pillars of strength, reminding me that I was never alone, no matter how bleak things may have seemed. In addition to my chosen family, I also found comfort in connecting with others who had experienced similar struggles. Through support groups and online communities, I discovered a sense of belonging and camaraderie that I had never known before. These shared experiences helped me realize that I wasn't the only one facing adversity and that there was strength in solidarity. As I continued to navigate the ups and downs of life, I found myself drawn to helping others who were facing similar challenges. Whether it was volunteering at a homeless shelter or mentoring at-risk youth, I discovered a sense of fulfillment and purpose in giving back to my community. In helping others, I found healing for myself, realizing that my experiences could be used to make a positive impact on the world around me. Despite the hardships I faced, I emerged from this ordeal stronger and more resilient than ever before. I learned valuable lessons about the power of forgiveness, resilience, and the importance of defining my own sense of worth. While the pain of losing my childhood home will always be a part of my story, it no longer defines who I am or dictates my future. Today, I am grateful for the lessons I've learned and the person I've become as a result of my experiences. I may not have a traditional family or a childhood home to call my own, but I am surrounded by love, support, and a deep sense of purpose. And for that, I am truly blessed. In the midst of rebuilding my life and finding my own sense of family, I also made a conscious effort to heal the strained relationships within my biological family. While the wounds caused by their actions ran deep, I knew that holding on to anger and resentment would only perpetuate the cycle of pain. I started by initiating open and honest conversations with my parents and brother, expressing how their decision had affected me and how I was working to move forward despite the hurt. These discussions were difficult and emotional, but they were necessary for us to begin the process of healing and reconciliation. It wasn't easy for them to acknowledge the pain they had caused me, but over time, they began to show remorse and a willingness to make amends. We attended family therapy sessions together, where we learned effective communication strategies and gained a deeper understanding of each other's perspectives. Through these efforts, I discovered that my parents were not intentionally trying to hurt me, but rather acting out of their own fears and insecurities. They had placed undue importance on material possessions and societal expectations, failing to see the true value of love and acceptance within a family. As we continued to work through our issues, I found myself slowly letting go of the resentment I had held onto for so long. I realized that while my parents' actions had caused me pain, they were also imperfect human beings who were capable of growth and change. Similarly, my relationship with my brother began to evolve as we addressed the underlying issues that had strained our bond. We learned to communicate more openly and empathetically, setting aside our differences in favor of rebuilding a stronger connection based on mutual respect and understanding. In time, our efforts paid off, and I began to see glimmers of the loving and supportive family I had always longed for. While our relationship may never be perfect, I am grateful for the progress we have made and the renewed sense of closeness we now share. Through it all, I've come to realize that forgiveness is not about excusing or condoning the actions of others, but rather freeing ourselves from the burden of resentment and allowing ourselves to move forward with our lives. It's a process that requires patience, compassion, and a willingness to let go of past grievances. Today, I stand before you as a testament to the power of forgiveness and resilience. While my journey has been fraught with challenges and setbacks, I have emerged stronger, wiser, and more compassionate than ever before. I no longer define myself by the actions of others or the material possessions I may or may not possess. Instead, I find fulfillment in the relationships I've cultivated, the lives I've touched, and the person I've become as a result of my experiences. In the end, my parents' decision to give my house to my brother may have been a painful reminder of their shortcomings, but it also served as a catalyst for growth and transformation within our family. And for that, I am grateful. As I continue on my journey of healing and self-discovery, I've come to realize that true happiness comes from within. It's not dependent on external circumstances or the approval of others, but rather on our ability to cultivate a sense of inner peace and contentment. In the wake of the challenges I've faced, I've learned to prioritize self-care and self-love. I make time for activities that nourish my soul, whether it's spending time in nature, practicing yoga, or indulging in creative pursuits. I've also learned to set boundaries and advocate for my own needs, recognizing that I am worthy of love and respect just as I am. Through this process, I've discovered a newfound sense of empowerment and self-confidence. I no longer seek validation from others or measure my worth by society's standards. Instead, I embrace my unique qualities and celebrate the person I've become, flaws and all. I've also come to appreciate the importance of resilience in the face of adversity. Life is full of ups and downs, but it's how we respond to those challenges that ultimately defines us. I've learned to approach obstacles with a sense of optimism and determination, knowing that I have the strength and resilience to overcome whatever comes my way. In the end, I've come to see my experiences as a blessing in disguise. While the pain of losing my childhood home and feeling betrayed by my family was undoubtedly difficult, it ultimately led me on a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. I've emerged from the darkness stronger, more compassionate, and more resilient than ever before. As I look to the future, I do so with a sense of hope and optimism. I know that there will be challenges ahead, but I also know that I have the inner resources and support system to weather any storm. And no matter what obstacles may come my way, I will continue to move forward with courage, grace, and an unwavering belief in the power of resilience and self-love. In the midst of my journey, I've also found solace in the power of gratitude. Despite the challenges I've faced, I'm grateful for the lessons they've taught me and the person they've helped me become. I'm grateful for the unwavering support of my chosen family and the strength I've gained from their presence in my life. I'm grateful for the opportunity to redefine what family means to me and to surround myself with people who uplift and inspire me. And I'm grateful for the resilience and determination that have carried me through even the darkest moments, reminding me of my own inner strength and worth. As I move forward on my path, I carry with me the lessons of forgiveness, resilience, and self-love. I know that challenges will inevitably arise, but I face them with courage and conviction, knowing that I am capable of overcoming whatever obstacles may come my way. In the end, my journey is not just about overcoming adversity or reclaiming my sense of self-worth. It's about embracing the fullness of life and all its complexities. It's about finding joy and fulfillment in the present moment, even in the face of hardship and uncertainty. And so, I continue to walk this path with an open heart and a steadfast determination to live my life on my own terms. I may not have a traditional family or a childhood home to call my own, but I am surrounded by love, resilience, and an unwavering belief in the power of the human spirit. And for that, I am truly grateful. As I continue to navigate life's twists and turns, I am reminded of the importance of resilience and perseverance. The journey towards healing and self-discovery is not always easy, but it is undoubtedly worth it. Each day presents new opportunities for growth and transformation, and I embrace them wholeheartedly. I've come to realize that true happiness is not found in external possessions or the approval of others, but rather in the strength and resilience of the human spirit. It's about finding joy in the little moments, cultivating meaningful connections with others, and staying true to oneself, no matter what challenges may come our way. In the end, I am grateful for the experiences that have shaped me into the person I am today. While the pain of losing my childhood home and feeling betrayed by my family will always be a part of my story, they do not define me. Instead, I choose to focus on the lessons learned, the growth achieved, and the love and support that surround me each and every day. With a heart full of gratitude and a spirit renewed, I look forward to the journey ahead, knowing that I am strong, resilient, and capable of overcoming whatever obstacles may come my way. And as I continue to walk this path, I do so with a sense of purpose and a deep appreciation for the beauty and complexity of life.